Welcome everyone to the November 13th business meeting of the City of Smith Center. Congratulations, you three newly elected, third, fourth termers. And I got Dave on the phone, and so we have a full council tonight. Has everybody had a chance to read the October 23rd meeting's minutes? Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? And have you had enough time to review the vouchers so we can pay the bill? If everything's in order, I need a motion to approve the minutes of October 23rd and pay the bills.
So
Need a second?
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to approve the October 23rd meeting minutes and to pay the bills. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. In our previous and ongoing business, we haven't got anything in there. Under new business, the pay scale is first. Has anyone had a chance to look at that? I really haven't. I would like to, if somebody's gone over this, bring their suggestions to me, but I would like to table this for another meeting.
what are we looking for?
Well, I think that when we set this thing up, now this is a different thing. And this is why I asked, have the administrative assistant under each guideline is set up the same as the department head for pay. Do you recall doing that?
You mean approving that number?
Yeah, that particular number for the administrative assistant position with this extra column in here.
I don't.
So if I have a minute to speak, we went back and looked on the tapes. And the paper was passed around and everybody pointed to that. And that was when Aya was brought in. And then a year later when I was brought in at that same pay. So
That's how that started.
that's how that started. And then when Ariel got the treasurer position,
Okay.
she jumped the steps, a couple steps then to take the
Okay.
treasurer.
So we originally set that up that way.
That's
Well,
how,
and I tell you what, and that's fine, but what it's also done, it's left some of our other employees behind. And we didn't intend to do that.
It's been here longer.
That's been here longer. We didn't intend to do that. So with that in mind, we need to get everybody, or whatever you guys want to do, whether you didn't want to do anything or not, it's fine with me, but we've got people in the full-time employee position that's been here a while, that's not making as much as our office help.
so
I
Jill
don't-
was getting some figures together if you did want to table it to compare to other places and stuff.
And I think we ought to, we have a new employer in town that's offering excellent wages, so we need to figure out if we want to try to keep competitive in the workplace or just what we want to do. Comments, council? Anybody want to comment, start with?
I think the administrative assistant should be the same thing as a full-time employee, but in the same sense, we can't go and take our current one and give her a pay decrease.
I agree.
So whatever we do, the coinciding, she needs to be promoted in grade. So if we either lower the administrative assistant or whatever, she needs to be promoted in grade to keep her compensation the same.
I agree. I think our biggest problem is figuring out how we're going to handle these other
The other
full-time employees.
departments.
The other departments. And also stay competitive with the new employers that we have, because they're offering good packages too, so that forces our hand to be competitive if we want to keep our workforce. Let's, thanks Brady. Anybody else, Don, you want to comment on?
Well, with new hires, there's gonna have to be an increase in pay. But if I know this has happened in my profession quite frequently. New people would be hired, and for years, they could be coming in at a higher salary than experienced people.
We fought that here too, bad.
And I think we've kind of gotten away from that now. But that new salary that was paid theoretically doesn't affect my salary or my wage whatsoever. I mean, it's like, I just never thought that just because somebody got hired at a higher base than I did, that's the way it works. And you would like to be able to keep up. And so that didn't happen, but it happened. Say they got hired at $500 more than I did. Well, that doesn't affect, if I got a 3% raise, it doesn't affect my 3% raise. I mean, there's going to be times you can't fight that. I mean, it's, like you said, you got to be competitive. So does that mean if we have to give somebody a raise to get them, we automatically have to raise everybody else?
I think you're gonna have to, because some of these guys have been here 4 or 5 years and they're making less. That's, and they're, I don't know, to me, they're full-time. I mean, she's full-time too, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, they got some seniority. And I think we need to revamp this to reflect a more balanced approach to it.
I think you're,
I have never seen a salary schedule and I've pointed this out in my own opinion. I've never seen a salary schedule like this before. And one of the things you run into is what we're talking about right now, because you have to be competitive with wages.
That's true.
But up to a point, you can't revamp the entire salary schedule every time we have to hire someone at a higher wage. That would be nice, but I don't know if you can pencil that out. I can't figure out honestly, and I don't remember this, but why we would have agreed to that. Because look at grade 4. If they were at grade 4, city clerk, city treasurer, administrative assistant are all making the same thing. If they all started at that grade. It seems to me that a clerk should be and maybe that's when you move them a grade, but then it seemed like an administrative assistant should not be making the same as the city clerk or the city treasurer.
Well, I think they should be just a full-time employee. But
well, the problem with this thing is a grade 8 in that is the same as a grade 14. That's a screw up. That's what I don't understand is how that got changed. A grade 8 should have been $27.75 to me.
which would be the
For a department head or just for
No, for-
full-time?
Full-time. But Jill is a grade 14. I'm just using this for an example. Kim is a grade 8 and making the same,
in the same scale.
yeah, pretty much in the same scale.
But when they gave Ariel the treasurer position, then they jumped them up. They didn't start the treasurer at the lower scale like mine was started
This is a mess.
There's just a multitude of variables here that took place.
So this pay scale is different than This is a revamped one completely. So before, when I was hired, we didn't have the admin assistant,
Right.
which I think is what Rick had mentioned previously.
And who added that? Yeah.
So then that was added, I believe, after Kim was hired.
Well, I don't
And who
know.
changed that? Because that.
I would assume that that was
apparently we
something you
didn't.
guys,
No, I don't think so.
Well, I didn't know we was gonna create a new column, because I thought we had hired as a full-time employee.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But that was what we was hired on, same as us.
correct, yeah.
You following all this, Dave? Means you don't have a scale in front of
See
you.
you sleep, see you sleep here.
Karen pointed at you.
Oh, okay.
Can you see through the black
Glad
screen?
you're on top of it.
Well, Tracy, I think what happened, you guys started
Okay.
a new position. Is reason
It
why
was- it was just
added
an
in there, 'cause
assistant.
she's a full-time employee, but she's actually separate because she's in the office with the, you know what I'm saying? She's supposed to.
Well, yeah, but that should
Yeah, but-
fell under
but
just
that should
full-time
have been
And I
employee.
think that's how that come, you know, she has a different title
Yeah, well,
than, you know what I'm saying?
anyway, we're gonna figure something out here when we,
Well, I know we got a lot of complaints in the other departments because of it, the way it happened. But
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened or when it happened, but something's gonna have to be done because it's not right.
let's try to, get some numbers together for the next meeting.
Bryce, may I
Yes.
say something?
Yes,
So it seems to me that the question is not only the columns, but what does it take for an employee to then increase in grade? Maybe that is longevity, maybe that is education. But when you have a pay scale, you also need the policies that go with it so that you know how to use the pay scale that you have. You see what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
So that,
And, you know, private sector is more into merit than it is longevity. This is, we've done this for the simple fact it's government.
right.
And,
And my background in this is the federal government pay scale, right? So supervisors would be at a certain pay grade within the
Right.
same scale based on location of the job.
Mhm.
And then a manager level would be at a certain grade, and then entry level jobs would be at a lower grade typically. So that's how they use the pay scale. So you need to think about your pay scale, but also how you use it. And those policies help your employees understand then what is the pathway to increasing my pay.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but once we hire someone, and I agree with the fact that we should be able to put anybody at any grade we want, depending on how bad we want them or how bad we need them. But if we go from one year to the next, can I assume that if I'm at grade 5, the next year I'm going to be at grade 6, and the next year I'm going to be at grade 7?
That's how it
It's
started.
supposed to.
That, yeah, and I don't know, then we start jumping people.
Well,
No, this is what happened though. When we started them evidently at a grade higher than they should have been started.
Well, yeah, but I think we can do that, but
All right.
if you want them,
But the problem with that is we have two different departments here we're talking about. We're talking about the administrative department and our public works department. They're totally separate. And
and let's take a step back. I mean, I assume everybody here realizes, maybe some of the newer ones don't. I mean, Trey put this together years ago. And the sole, one of the biggest reasons, or what I felt was, you know, at that time, we lost our supervisor, right? We didn't, so we were at the mercy of who deciding who would justify as a wage increase or not, right? And it's hard for us to make that call when we, you know, we don't work with these individuals every day in and out. We don't know who earned it and didn't earn it. And, you know, you just get feedback from the community and co-employees, and that's not a good way to justify wage increase or not. So this was more of a stable, more open way to try to keep competitive wages that the employee kind of knew what was going to happen. That's how this all evolved, and it just keeps getting uglier and uglier as we keep modifying it.
Yeah.
But that's how this all started, because before that, I think, this, maybe you know, this started right before I got on. I think it was up to the, wasn't it on an individual basis per the recommendation of the supervisor or the boss back then?
Well, Trey had a scale to go from because we implemented it back in the late 80s. That's when we started.
It wasn't a longevity raise, it was a merit raise.
No, it was a longevity raise. It was set up the same way.
The
just
first-
different tiers.
The first year out, or 2 years out, I never saw.
You never
this.
saw that?
I didn't.
We had it, well,
Because
when Gary and I, back in the 80s, we started it. Because we had people at that time, our county or the city guy would hire whoever, Frank Rohr would hire anybody for whatever they would work for. So we had guys making $4 an hour and guys making $6 an hour doing the same job.
Yeah, and that's kind of how the raises was handed out too sometimes.
Yeah,
Somebody wouldn't get one and somebody get
yeah.
$250.
That's what I recall.
Yeah.
That's
$50
where this
here
came
and there, and
from.
it was just,
That's
it was
right.
kind of,
So then we set up a scale with longevity to give and that's why the grades were to reward your longevitiness versus the start out. So it has some separation that would carry on from new council to new council to new council, and new mayors and on down the line. That's how it started.
and it made it easier for you guys when you did your
Yeah.
annual cost of living, because that's kind of the way they figured it, I think, right? The,
Well, I just think we need to
Agreed.
relook at this, revisit it, maybe simplify it in some form and see how it's gonna impact the budget. When we passed the budget this last year, when I had Jill put the budget together in June and July, I had her bump 2 scales into the new budget to start with. So the budget that you passed in July or August, whenever it was, for 24 has raises in it.
So I just want to say one last thing, and then I won't say any more, but since it is my job, we're talking about. So when I started this job, I had another job, and it paid good. I was making more. I came to this job with that understanding that you guys had all approved my salary, and so
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I don't just answer phones. All these checks in front of you, most of these I have written out. I do payroll. It's not just an easy job or
I know that.
anything.
Yeah, we
So
don't
I
have a
just
problem
wanted
with
to
that.
We don't have any.
let
problem with that
everybody
yet.
know that, not once when I took the job did I think that somebody would say, oh, well, let's bump everybody out but camp. So,
Well, no.
especially when I'm
That's-
here
That's not the
all the
problem.
That's not the problem.
So I
That's
just
what the
wanted
scale
to-
should do.
That's-
We've
I just
gotta
wanted to
take care of
mention
our
that.
guys.
You got a different problem.
We've got different, you're fine, you're good. Yeah, it's not, we just gotta take care of the guys at the shop. It set things up that way.
Okay, thank you.
Council in agreement to table this till next, and have some sort of number game plan for the next meeting.
Yeah, and we're probably doing the same amount of work with less people today than we were 10 years ago, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something else we should probably keep in mind is we don't have as many employees as we used to, I think. I know we sure don't on, in Jamie's department for sure, and
yeah,
I think the city as well, the other, the guys down at the plant.
because you don't have the summer help. that you
No
had,
summer help.
No summer.
So you're not paying that out.
So, yeah.
All right, we'll throw some
The
numbers
only thing I
together.
got to say is if they get a raise, I want a raise. Just thought I'd try
I
that.
totally agree.
Let me just throw this out. It seems to me that if you increase your lowest, like, if we increase grade 4 department head, increase that, and just continue that same raise all the way through. You raise your base, every employee gets that theoretical base raise. It's not really a base, I understand that, but
But that would probably be the simplest solution.
it would be the simplest, yeah.
Then let's see how that impacts everything.
Yeah, because I think they're still gonna be short.
Well, but what happens then, if you do that, percentage-wise, the grade 4 will get a bigger percentage raise than any grade above it, because it's gonna be a percent.
Yeah.
Well, no, it would work just the opposite, which is what you would want it to happen. Because if we just said we're gonna give you 3% raise, 4% raise, every step
Would get,
would get that raise. So the lower grades would get a lesser raise than the upper grades. Maybe that's what we want.
well, it's 3% of a smaller number.
For the lower grades,
For the
yes.
lower
But it doesn't affect the fact they're still getting a 3% raise.
Right. I'd like to have a motion to table this till the next meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved, and seconded to table the pay scale to the next meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thanks, Dave. We have a resignation here. Is that Bob Casper? Does everyone see his, thank you? He's done an excellent job. Need a motion to accept Bob Casper's resignation.
I'll make that motion.
Need a second.
Second.
Moved and seconded to accept Bob Casper's resignation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Do they know that we did hire somebody for that position?
That's next.
Is that the next one?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking
That's
at
the
it.
next one.
No,
Now, there is a new hiree for that position. Somebody want to bring to the table.
Dennis Prodick has applied for that position.
Okay.
He has started working with Bob, I think in October, to kind of get the feel of things.
Okay.
Ryan had called me and asked me if he thought that'd be a good idea, because we
Oh,
had just
yeah.
talked about it, and I said, he's right across the street, and all he's gotta do is check. That's perfect.
Dennis, a good guy. I've known him a long time. Served a lot of
Yeah,
years with him. on
gives
the
him something to do.
council, so. Somebody needs to make a motion to accept Dennis
Well,
Prodick.
Where are you gonna hire him at, wage-wise?
That's a good question.
It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna
His
matter.
was,
because
his
we're-
Well,
was,
his-
his was set, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Bob's was, but Dennis is new.
Well, it's grade 14.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's on-
gotcha.
He's on scale. So free.
So here we go again.
Here we go again. That's exactly right.
Well, on all of our part-time employees, we start them at grade 8.
Then why do we have grade 4, 5, and 6, and 7?
Not-
If
we
we start them
don't.
at 8.
We don't on any of the others, or on the part-time employees.
Well, it's here. Grade 4, $11 an hour. That's the problem with this. We put them wherever we want them, and I understand, I agree with
I guess I
that.
didn't see that, yeah. Where'd you see the grade 4?
Yeah,
First line.
first line.
Under the water pumper,
Uh,
parks and temp crew,
How long had Bob worked for us?
since 2011.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
What's our lowest part-time employee make? Because that's where you, I mean, is that where you do it?
Grade 8, right now,
How much?
grade 8.
That's what I thought.
How many of you guys work for $10 an hour?
But this is
I
part-time,
work for
right?
less.
Huh?
I work
This is
for
part,
less.
this is part-time.
You work for that.
And what is this, 2 hours a day?
Like one.
1 hour.
I would say we start him at grade 4. Bob's been working since 2011 and made it to grade 14.
That's true.
So that's working on
So
13
starting at grade
years.
2 then.
on the question is, where did you start in?
Who? The new guy?
When he started, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that doesn't, for me, that
That's what I'm
doesn't,
saying, but I'm just saying,
So were you looking at Ron Atwood's for the lowest? Is that what you're looking at? So when you guys had revamped it, you upped our part-time and our seasonal when we hired the pool. So that then raised everybody. So that's now why he's farther down, because I think he got like a 50 cent or, yeah. Because then before, our pool employees were only getting like $8.45 or
yeah,
something.
something like that. And we had talked about that for a while.
Yeah, so when we bumped them, that's when the drivers and the part-time crew then got changed as well.
Well, if we're not gonna start anybody at grade 4, I would say eliminate it.
Well, grade 4 is fine, or it should be grade 1, but the number.
Exactly.
The number to the side needs to be different.
Yeah, I don't
That's,
know how.
yeah, I mean, that's just,
Yeah.
what she did it.
Because when this all gets jumped, we're not taking in consideration the targets moving.
I think we could just hire them at whatever tonight, because we're gonna change it all anyway.
It's gonna be changed.
It's
yeah.
gonna be changed anyway, that's exactly right.
It's 1 hour work.
Let's just make a motion to hire them at grade 4 for today, and it's gonna change
That's
tomorrow
what
anyway.
I agree with that.
That way, we're not going the other direction again and causing ourselves heartache.
Yeah, if we go up, we can't go down.
Right. And then
I agree.
it's just, I mean, it's just a temporary.
Okay, we got a motion, and a second, it turns out to be, what, 11 an hour,
Starting at grade 4.
starting at grade 4. Yep. Then moved and seconded to start new hire at grade 4. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Motion carried. Cereal malt beverage licenses, do we have any of those around here? Do I need to sign one?
It's a motion, we need a motion to approve the 2024 license for Alta.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Then moved and seconded to approve the cereal malt beverage for Alta. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. That concludes our new business, so then we'll move into the department committee reports. Jamie, you're first on the list. Do you have anything to bring for the
don't
council?
have anything for you.
Anybody have anything for Jamie? Don, Chris?
Nope.
Brady?
No.
Chris, thank you. Then we have Rick is not here. Jill, you have some stuff for Jill?
Yeah, so transit, she needs a motion to authorize her signature on the fiscal year 2025 grant application and the financial support. And this amount is the same as before.
Okay. Need a motion to that effect. Who's the transit supervisor?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Then moved seconded to approve the
Are you gonna send the sheet around?
2024.
I'll just send it around.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Aye. CV grant,
The CB grant approval letter is included in the packet. She attended a Zoom meeting on Thursday on the weekly, monthly, and quarterly actions and reports during the grant window.
this is 141,642.
Yeah.
We need a motion to accept this.
So move.
Second.
Then moved and seconded to accept this 141,642 block grant, coronavirus supplement program. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'd like to throw it that I'd be abstained from that because one of my businesses is on that grant.
Okay. One abstention. Vote, everybody says aye, vote carries. Passed. You get that, RL, ready to abstain?
Yep.
Next item, Kim?
It says the golf course, the damage to the new golf cart. There's an apology letter included in the packet. If you all see that.
How are we handling that? I mean, there was two of them. We got a letter from one. Do we know, are they going to pay repairs? Any charges filed?
Yeah, I'm gonna file charges and, one of them's a juvenile, the other one's an adult. So then it's up to Tabitha if she
Okay.
pursues it. And I talked to Rick about the damages and we kind of come up with probably $250 was the time that the guy spent getting the cart back to the shop and stuff. The parts wasn't that expensive.
Was there one that were damaged or were there two?
Well, they run into each other. The one was fine, the other one had a bent rod underneath it where the steering arm went, so.
Were we expecting two letters, I wonder? Was the juvenile supposed to reply?
No, the one that was kind of a surprise that we got that letter from that one, so.
I didn't even hear about this when this happened.
No idea.
When this
A
happened,
couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
didn't even hear about it.
At night.
Once we get a 1 o'clock, yeah, 1 o'clock at night.
Oh, it's nice.
Let's go home. Right.
We had a little talk with our golf course person to not have keys in those, secure.
Well, he usually puts them away, doesn't he?
Should.
Yeah, but I don't think he just said he just
I think,
slipped up.
I think it's been rectified, I think it been being put up, because I've been watching it and stuff. and they're-
I've talked with Rick about it last week. Okay. K204,
She attended the team meeting on Thursday, working towards letting the project. There are some legals that need to be addressed, as well as working with the property owners in sections that don't have access to their property other than the roadway. So she's just working toward it, getting it fixed.
Chief what?
She attended a team meeting on Thursday, working towards getting the project. There are some legals that need to be addressed, as well as working with the property owners.
Is that for easement?
Yes, the property
That
other than the
would be taken care
railroad.
of already.
We wouldn't have easement?
I would have thought so. The thing's been there a long time.
Oh, they put sidewalks in, maybe that's what they're doing.
It's got sidewalks.
That do
No,
not have
they're all new though,
access
Yeah, they're going
to
to.
property.
Yeah.
That's why I wondered, some of them might not have.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Is there any action items for us to do?
It doesn't say so, so,
Okay. Information only. All right.
and that's all.
Is that all that she has for us?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Kim. Ariel, do you have anything to bring for the council?
I do not.
Anybody have anything for Ariel? Ray, Dave? Dave? Never mind. Tracy? Don?
No.
Chris? Okay. Tabitha's not here. Council reports. Chris, you may go first.
I think I touched on this last time, but last Monday, I think we got all the new bunker gear and fitted. Make sure everybody's got what they need, correct sizes. And so we're starting fresh there on bunker gear for another 10 years. And I think tonight they're still working on the new radios. So
All right. Good deal. Tracy, do you have anything to bring for the council?
Nope.
Don, do you have anything to bring for the council?
I do not.
Dave, you have anything to bring for the council?
I know.
Okay. Brady? No?
Nope.
No. Well, I don't either. I just, between now and the next meeting, I'll get a hold of each and every one of you guys and talk to you about what you saw on this and come up with a game plan for our scale. Pay scale. That's all I have, business meeting of City of Smith Center for November 13th. Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Aye.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep. Have a good meeting.
All right, thanks. We'll see you later. Oh, okey dokey. This.
We got a land bank meeting.
We do?
Oh, we do,
That's
that's
seven.
right. At 7, yeah. Well, can we can't
Well, this is
override that.
October 13th or 23rd.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had the wrong date on there.
Oh, no, I won't go with that. Oh.